Hi everybody, welcome to another paint with me. I'm painting sunflowers. So I have my little 8x10 canvas right here. I think that I'm gonna paint it like this. I have my easel, I have my palette paper. This is just the artist palette paper pad. I'm going to go ahead and be using this. I'm gonna go. So you want to start by putting out all of your blues on your paint palette. What we're going to be doing is basically creating all of the colors for the sky first, so that when it comes to blending them on our canvas, the blending is easy. My brush is kind of wet and I have the deepest blue that I have so far. So that deep blue, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it all the way across. I might have added a little bit too much water, but that's okay because we didn't necessarily need too much of that deep blue. So let's go into that lighter blue. Now I kind of did make it a little bit too wet up on top. It's okay. Just add a little bit more paint. When I'm putting down colors for the sky, I try to make sure that I do long brush strokes kind of across the whole palette or the whole canvas. This way it creates kind of like a seamless blend for me. I was able to create a couple of different shades of blue. I believe I did a dark blue and then I added white to that blue, and this gives me like a seamless dark blue. I'm gonna go ahead and clean my brush. Here we're taking the pink. My pink is pretty vibrant right here. And I'm making the layer of pink like that. And on my palette, I'm mixing the pink and the blue a little bit. And right on top of those colors, your pink and your blue should have created a beautiful lavender purple color that can kind of create the intermission in between the blue and the pink. Now you want to make sure that you're only blending up and not blending down. This way you can keep the integrity of the pink, so when we move on to the next colors, the pink still shines through, but you do want to make this purple color blend on the way up. Clean your paint again before you go back into the pink. Next, we're going into the orange right here. And the trick is that we kind of have to work with the colors fast. Clean your brush. And we dig into the yellow. And the yellow is down on the horizon. And I'm gonna go at it one more time. I find that, and with acrylic paint, the more that you work in layers, the more you're able to kind of achieve from it. So you want to kind of work it up on top of each other. So I'm making purple again. You go into the pink. And I just went through the whole thing and did it again. This is gonna make my colors a little bit more vibrant than they were before. Or at least that's kind of what I'm hoping. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of the white and I'm gonna take a little bit of the pink. So I'm gonna make like a lighter color of pink, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of that purple that I had into it. And lightly, kind of up here, I'm gonna do a couple of little clouds. And I'm gonna kind of bring them from this side to this side. And as they get further away, I'm gonna try to make sure that they get smaller than the ones up on top. The fun part about clouds is that clouds can be any color. So we're gonna take a little bit of orange color and again blend a little bit of that white into it. And we're also gonna do some with this orange. And sometimes it's better to do little dots, sometimes it's better to do big dots. It's really like... Now, I want you to spend the least amount on your clouds because clouds are really natural. So, can't spend too much time on them. Cool. As well. Okay, so first I'm gonna take the yellow and a little bit of that burnt sienna color. It's the first color that we're gonna need. The yellow and that burnt sienna. Then we're gonna need green, burnt sienna, and whatever of the yellow is left. I think probably this. I'm gonna be your middle color, so I want to separate a little bit of that color and add a white to it so that you have a lighter color. Alright, you're gonna take a little bit of it and add dark green. Okay, with the same brush, a little bit of water on the brush, we're going first into the golden yellow color that we created, and we're going to create a line across. I don't think we need water. We're gonna create a line across. Like that. Then we're gonna dig into the lighter green that we made. gold first, then green. That gold line is gonna help create the illusion of like iron the sunflowers. So that's the lighter green goes here. Then the middle green, the one that we first made. Those are our background leaves. And next. So if you have a little bit of that burnt sienna color that has the brown in it, we're gonna start creating these little blobs far away. And the ones that are far away, I'm only gonna do like 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So only 3, maybe only 2 or 3, just peeping. Cool. Now we have some of the flowers laid out. I'm gonna take the normal yellow. So this is literally just yellow out of the tube. And with this yellow, I'm gonna map out some more of the flowers. So I'm gonna map them out a little bit more. So I'm gonna do the flower like that. Right? And that's flower. Looks like here.
What I'm focusing on doing for this mapping is kind of finding the center spot and pulling my brush away from that center spot. So right here looks like I'm pulling it towards, but towards or away, either way works. But you want to create these like rough maps of like 6 to 8 leaves basically with this yellow color. Now I say rough maps because you really do just want to map out where the flower is supposed to be. The way that we can add more depth and dimension is always going to be through more color and the use of different colors up against one another. So you want to make sure that you first set down this basic yellow. Now this flower in particular is facing backwards. So this flower you kind of want to make the petals facing towards the back. So this is where the sun is going to be. So just keep that in mind for the little bit of the future on this painting. So I'm kind of trying to figure out where I'm going to place the next flower. Like I said, this is just your map. So it looks like I decided to go for a big old flower right here on the side. Anything that is going to be closer to you is going to be bigger, therefore going to be a little bit more detailed. So I started by mapping out the circle, and then I'm going to be mapping out the petals soon after that. And once we have our full map, we are going to start adding more depth by creating more yellow. So you'll take a little bit of yellow, maybe a little bit of red to turn it into a little bit of an orange, and add burnt sienna and lower the saturation, and then you can use that to create a little bit more depth all around your little like sunflower centers.
Really big sunflower. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do it. You might need a smaller brush. Looks like after this, after mapping, you need a smaller brush. You need a smaller brush. Okay, so mapping here, mapping here, here. Think about which way this one. And this one is facing us. All of these ones have a little bit of
Personally, I think that the best way to work with acrylic paint is from darkest to lightest, so that's why you see me adding the orange here first. And as I progress on the painting, you'll see that I start adding more yellow and more white to my painting. I think that this way, since white really draws the eye, it really allows you to decide where you want your painting to be highlighted, which is a feature of acrylic painting that I really enjoy. And so that's why I always work from my darkest to my lightest. So right here I'm only putting down a little bit of orange, kind of like in the back petals of my flowers. If you're into color theory, you know that if you add a little bit of purple to the yellow, you will actually be able to create a little bit more of the accurate color that is supposed to be the quote unquote background. But because here I'm only working with tones of orange to not make it too complicated, and I'm also just layering petals instead of actually focusing on the exact shape. We are going to be doing it with this kind of like orange color.
Now we're gonna go smaller, and I like a brush like this. I'm gonna take in yellow and I'm gonna mix in some white, and it's just and with this color I'm going to kind of make more intentional petals. And like
For the big sunflower, a good tip to keep in mind is that as the petals are the further away from the sunflower, they're actually a little bit lighter in color and they are deeper in yellow as they get closer to the center, the seeds of the sunflower. So that's kind of what I'm trying to emulate here. And as you'll see in the fast forward, I will be painting a little bit of the tips more of that bright white.
I think at this part is kind of where uh, the painting just starts taking a little bit of fine tuning. I kind of like to paint on top. Over here and closer to the middle of the flower, I'm gonna make sure to do the darker, more orangey shades. Okay, next, I'm gonna take a little bit of the one that I made for the sky, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna do it again in this area. I'm also going to be bringing it down and really straight brush, raise light. Go. these leaves look more like they actually look exactly like hearts. Maybe some look go. Just if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you. I want to say I hope you learned something. I hope that my techniques were able to guide you in creating a beautiful painting of your own, and I hope that you were able to relax and let free while you created today. I would love it if you tagged me, if you sent me a picture on my Instagram. My social medias will all be linked down below. Arte Porola across all platforms, except for Twitter. Arte Porola 1 on Twitter. Anyways, thank you again. If you would like to come paint with me because you're in Oakland, then I would love to have you. I paint the second Thursday of every month at Planter Day, so I would love to have you there. The tickets normally come out on the 1st of the month or around there, maybe a little bit before the 1st of the month. You can follow me on Eventbrite or go on my website to find them. And yeah, thank you so much. And an ultra special thank you to my patrons, Sabrina Sue, Kia Lee, M, Ariana Contreras, and Francine Barrera. I could not do any of this without you. I love you all. Extra special besitos for you. Next, we will be painting a spooky painting, so make sure to subscribe to my channel for the following painting. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful day.